All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving deep into a really critical piece of tech, especially if you're building anything with AI. We're talking about Google Cloud Model Armor. So, picture this. You've done it. You've built this amazing AI application. It's brilliant, it's helpful, it might even be the new public face of your entire company. But in that whole rush of pushing the boundaries and making something incredible, did you ever stop and think, wait a second, is this thing actually safe? Well, here's the thing. The security tools we've all relied on for years, the network firewalls, the WAFs, they're completely blind to the kind of threats that generative AI brings to the table. I mean, they were built to look at network traffic, right? Not to understand a conversation. They have no idea what the words actually mean. They can't see that semantic layer where all the new risks are hiding.
And this creates a whole new security problem. We're looking at a brand new attack surface that needs a totally new way of thinking about defense.
So what are we talking about here? We're talking about threats that live in the language itself. Things like prompt injection, where a bad actor can basically trick your AI into forgetting its instructions and doing something malicious. Or how about data leakage? A user could sweet-talk your model into spilling sensitive customer info, or even your company's secret sauce, its IP. And of course, there's always the risk of it just generating nasty, harmful content or spitting out malicious links. These aren't your grandpa's network attacks. These are full-on conversational attacks. So it's pretty clear, right? If your old armor can't handle these new weapons, you're going to need a new kind of armor. And that's where Google Cloud's solution comes in, Model Armor. So, what makes Model Armor so different? Well, for starters, it was built from the ground up specifically for this new AI world. Its one and only job is to be the ultimate gatekeeper, sitting right between your users and your AI model. Think of it like a super smart content moderator. It checks the prompt on the way in, and then, just as crucial, it checks the AI's response on the way out. It's all about keeping that entire conversation safe from start to finish. Okay, I know what some of you are thinking. If you're in Google Cloud, that name Armor definitely rings a bell. It's a super common question, so let's just clear this up right now. What's the difference between Model Armor and its older sibling, Cloud Armor? At the most basic level, it's actually super simple. Cloud Armor? That protects the network pipes, the connection to your app. But Model Armor, that protects the actual conversation happening inside your app. You can think of it like this. Cloud Armor is the bouncer at the club door checking IDs. Model Armor is the security expert inside listening to the conversations to make sure everything's above board. And if we zoom in a bit, the differences really pop. Cloud Armor is your go-to for all the classic web stuff. DDoS attacks, SQL injection, all that network layer business. Model Armor, though, it lives on that semantic content layer we were talking about. It's hunting for things like prompt injection and data leaks. But hey, check out the pricing model. This is a huge deal. Cloud Armor is priced per request. Model Armor, it's priced per token. So they're not fighting for the same job. Nope. They're totally complementary, like two different layers of security working together. Okay, so we've got the what. We know what it is and what it isn't. But the big question is, how does it actually work? Well, the magic is all in its inline filtering pipeline. It's this really elegant, powerful loop. So a user types in a prompt, but, and this is key, before that prompt ever gets near your expensive, powerful LLM, boom, Model Armor grabs it and gives it a thorough inspection. If it's all good, it lets it through. Then your model does its thing and generates a response. But wait, before that response goes back to the user, Model Armor grabs it again, this time checking the output for any trouble, like data leaks or nasty content. It's a two-way security checkpoint for every single conversation. And the cool part is, you're in the driver's seat. You get to control exactly how this checkpoint works. You can start off in inspect-only mode, which is, honestly, brilliant for testing. It'll show you everything it would have blocked, so you can tweak your policies and make sure you're not getting false positives, all without messing with your users. Then, when you've got it dialed in and you're feeling confident, you just flip the switch to inspect and block and boom, you've got active real-time protection running in production. So what's on its checklist during these inspections? We're talking a whole suite of protections built for AI. It's on the lookout for those sneaky prompt injection attacks. It's actively scanning for sensitive data. Think credit card numbers or even custom stuff like your own company's secret IP. It's got safety filters for things like hate speech and harassment, and it'll even sniff out malicious URLs. And get this, it's not just for plain text. It can actually look inside documents, PDFs, Word docs, you name it. All right, let's pull back for a second and look at the big picture. How does a tool like this actually plug into your existing architecture? How does it affect your budget? And what does it mean for your overall AI strategy? Well, it's all about flexibility. If you're the kind of person who wants total control and you don't mind getting your hands dirty with code, you can use the REST API. That lets you protect literally any model anywhere on any cloud. But if you're already in the Google ecosystem, say using Gemini models on Vertex AI or running your models in GKE, it's even easier. You get that seamless inline protection with, and this is the best part, zero code changes. You just configure it, turn it on, and it just works.
But maybe the biggest game changer with Model Armor is actually the pricing. It really represents a fundamental shift in how we have to think about what security costs in the age of AI.
See, your traditional security tools, they usually charge per request or maybe a flat subscription fee, right? Model Armor throws that out the window. Its cost is tied directly to how much work it does, specifically the number of tokens it has to process, both in the prompt and in the response. So what does that mean? It means a long, complex conversation is going to cost more to secure than a quick, simple one. Suddenly, the economics of your security are completely linked to the way people are actually interacting with your AI. So when you step back and look at the whole package, you realize Model Armor isn't just another defensive shield. It's actually an enabler. It's what provides the guardrails, the safety net that lets your company really innovate with confidence. It lets you build these incredible new AI tools and roll them out responsibly, because you know you have protection that was designed for these exact unique challenges. And that really leaves us with one last really critical question to think about. As these AI systems evolve from being just tools to becoming the actual voice, the personality, the main point of contact for your entire brand, who are you trusting to secure that conversation?